You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. WEPA Crusaders! What's poppin'? Buckle up your cosmic seatbelts, because today we are blasting off into the loudest, wildest, most rock-infused corner of the comic book galaxy, baby. Returning to the show is a creator who took space opera, cranked it to 11, poured gasoline on top, and screamed, "Let's ride!" I mean, the mastermind behind the heavy metal queen herself, Kevin Roberts, baby. Now listen, this ain't just a comic fan. This is chrome-plated storytelling dipped in guitar solos, plasma cannons, and pure, uncut imagination. And now he's back with heavy metal #2 and #3, leveling up the universe he created last time he visited the show. So grab your space leather jackets, turn up that amp, and welcome back the one, the only, the legend himself in the making, Kevin, the Cosmic Conductor Roberts, baby. How you doing?
Hey, good to see you again. How you doing, man?
Well, welcome back. Thank you for wanting to come back and join in the craziness of the Comic Crusaders podcast, but of course to blast off, no pun intended, and show off this dope book that you got over here, man. Since that first book, looking through 2 and 3, holy smokes, Kev, talk about leveling up, Papo. This is the Jones I want to see when we're doing stuff. You feel me? All right,
yeah,
so
thank you.
Yeah, man. So since the last time you've been on, right? What's been cooking in the Roberts kitchen?
Man, I'm cooking, man. I'm on fire. I've been just cranking away at this book since last August. I told you how I got the idea beginning of last year, and then I've been working since then.
Never stopped.
First issue came out in November of last year, and I haven't stopped. I've just been cranking. So my goal was to have a book out every quarter, right? I've almost got that. So I've got issue 2 out, and I got issue 3 out, and I'm working on issue 4. If I'm able to get into my groove, that'll be out by Christmas, right?
All right.
So I'm plugging away.
So you talking stocking stuffers? You see, folks, my man is thinking ahead. He wants to make sure that the comic book fans have something dope to read for the holidays. You feel me?
I'm looking out for the readers.
Yeah, man, the community. Now, listen, what do you feel has changed the most in how you create from that first issue and since you've been cranking?
Oh, I don't know. I've definitely found my groove. I've found my process. And I've been just plugging away. Everything is starting to like gel and be more streamlined. Like I know the process. That first issue of any comic, is like the frontier, and you're figuring it out, right? Even if you're a vet, even if you're a veteran, a new book, a new story, you might want to change things up a little bit. You might want to have a different aesthetic. You might want to try something new. And I found the visual identity of the book through issue 1 and issue 2, and that carries over in issue 3, of course. And I'm just plugging away at it, man. I've been using like 3D models and stuff. I think I might have mentioned that before. I'm using 3D models to like build sets and design.
Oh, my man is building sets. I think that, yeah, bro. Forgot, yeah. You
set
really
up my
get
shots.
into it.
And I'm like getting faster at it. I'm getting better at it. Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, isn't it part of the creative process? At least for me, I mean, we're different, and I do what I do, for Comic Crew and podcasting. You do what you do, artistically.
Mm-hmm.
But when you find your process and your groove, and you see that, holy shit, that used to take me 2 hours. I do this shit now in like 15 minutes, son. I mean, how dope is that feeling that you're like, you know what, I could get even more done?
Yeah. It's hard to go to bed. It's hard to get out of my chair and go to bed. I feel so like it's like that level that every artist is always trying to hit, right?
I
And
honestly get 6 hours of sleep a day. Honestly, six. That's why
yeah,
I'm at. Sometimes five. And
that's my magic number.
weekends is the only time that maybe I get an extra 2 hours. Maybe.
Yeah, because I, we work, and I got to get up in the morning, and I'm 6 hours seems to be where I'm used to it, and because if I five is not is like the red line, like okay, you got to get in bed, you got to get in bed,
Like you crazy mother, right? You
you
better get your
crazy.
ass.
But seven, I start to wake up after six, so seven, I'm like, oh, I still got an hour to stay in bed,
Yeah,
and
listen, man.
so
Enjoy that time in bed, kiddies, while you have them. Before you start getting your grind on. Because let me tell you, once the grind is on, you don't know how to turn it off. Especially when you enjoy what you're doing, and
when you
trying
enjoy
to
it,
turn that off. When you're trying to turn that, you just don't want to.
yeah.
You find every reason not to.
There's a page in issue 3 where I was like figuring out how to do like the lettering with with like a masking type thing, and it was like, yo, I got this idea. I wonder if I can do it. I think I can do it. And I ended up staying up another hour and a half to make it work. But I was not going to go to bed until I made it work. And
I
I'm like,
get it.
well,
I
oh well,
get
I
that.
tried to get to bed.
Yeah, it happens. I've had those days where I've done 32 hours straight without sleep. Where I have that. It's just listen, man. Especially con weekends. It is what it is. All right.
Yeah.
But all right, let's have some fun though. Cause now we really saw some heavy metal queen, man. And you got not just number two, you got number three too, bro. And these
Sure.
issues, dead ass explode off the page. Now, what really inspired this next evolution, bro? Was there a moment where the story just clicked for you? Because again, it really does pop. I love to see growth in the creator, and
Thanks.
you are showing that, and it shows that you are working like you're saying you are. Because again, the only way to improve is by showing improving, right? And so you're
Yep.
doing it. You're doing it, bro.
So I thank you first, but I knew going off of issue 1 is a cliffhanger. I had to show that fight, right? So issue 1, we set up. She's about to take on all 3 of these bad bitches, right? She's about to take them, and they got to fight, right? And so issue 2 is just bam, 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 just all out action.
Yes, it is.
And then I didn't want it to just be that. So then I'd say the last third of the issue is my math might be a little off, but the last third of the issue has that, we wind it down, we bring it down, we debrief, we
You
we
slow down our excitement
we
a little bit
we
so we
slow it
could
down a little
catch our
bit.
breath.
Yeah, yeah. And we get some characterization, and we figure out, where things are probably gonna go from here. And but issue 2 is like just and I had so much fun. It's so much fun to draw that stuff. I love, even in my earlier stuff, my earlier comics, um, my favorite stuff is fight choreography, and this is like new territory for me because fight choreography with both mechs,
Yeah.
and then I get to think about the different things that mechs can do with their weapon loadouts and their armor, and how does this move, and how does the mechanics and everything, and what can they do with that, and they're fighting, you know, 10,000 feet in the air, and they're falling, and like there's so many new possibilities. So that is such a blast. And then uh, you, then the end of the issue, we bring it down. We let the dust settle, and then picking up on issue 3, then it's setting up action for issue 4. But we got to slow it down. We got to take time to get to know the characters. We got to open up the universe a little bit. So we're getting to know some of like the broader Federation government. Like, what is she dealing with now that the fight is over? Like, who does she have to go through to get what she wants? Who are her friends? Who are her obstacles? The kids say, who are the ops? Uh, you know, what are the other things putting this universe together? but then we end on another cliffhanger where we set up for issue 4, which is going to be again another action beat, and it's going to be even more ambitious than issue 2 because she's taking on like several enemies.
And I dig it, man, because this is good indie comics too, folks. Over 30 pages, all right? 32 pages on this show number 3, man. And I mean, again, it is beauty from beginning to end. Like, yo, your coloring pops off, your lettering. And I see that, yo, again, issue 3, as you were saying, that, you know, again, building characterization, learning more. And I actually, you know, looking through it right now, too. You know, now I'm really excited to read and kind of get to know these characters. Like, I see what you're doing here. So you really are building a story. Because listen, this is also not a light read. This is not your Marvel read that take you 5 minutes. No, this is actually
no 16 pager with ads. This is beef, right?
Yeah, man. Some real beef. We ain't talking about no Wendy's, baby. Right?
That's right.
This ain't Frozen, baby. All right, it's some real shit. All right. Now, talk about the Queen. How has the Queen herself grown since issue 1? And you know, are there any new layers that were revealed to her about her?
Well, yeah, a little bit. We're slowly peeling the onion. We get to see even more of that in issue 4 coming up, but in issue 2 and 3, we see. Well, let me focus on issue 2. On issue 2, she's in the heat of it. She's fighting. She's got to fight for her life, and we get to see how she kind of enjoys this. Like she's not just she's not a damsel in distress. She is fighting, she's good at it, and she kind of likes it. And we're starting to see a little bit of her darker side in that respect. And you know, she's out for blood, right? And there's a lot of tension. There's a resolution, but not, you know, not the resolution, right? There's a resolution. But you gotta keep people reading. You gotta tease it out. So I gotta keep people coming back.
Stuff already. Yeah.
Right. I gotta keep
all 100,000 issues. I gotta be coming out.
Exactly. So, but we get to see there, even though it's mostly fighting, there's characterization in the fight, right? We get glimpses into their personalities through that fight, and which is another really great thing you get to do, not just in comics, but in like mecha stories in general, because while the robot is doing all this, they're just in the cockpit and they can talk and emote and, you know, all that stuff. But so we get to see her violent side, to just put it plainly. We get to see her violent side start to come out in issue 2, and because she's always said, I want to be a fight. I want to fight. I want to be a soldier. I want to pilot.
Put me in there.
Yeah,
put my ass in there.
Right. And then in issue 3, we see where she's running into some friction with the government because, you know, she's a civilian at the end of the day, and she's frustrated by this speed bump, you know, on her journey, and she's, you know, trying to figure out what her next move is. And we get to know we get to see her friendship with Colonel Ibis developing a little more. Colonel Ibis swoops in issue 2, like right when things are about to go off at the end, and helps save the day. So her and Colonel Ibis are becoming good friends. In issue 3, we introduce a couple more characters, and we start to round out what's going to be her crew, her posse.
So we get to kind of meet more of the ensemble now going forward. Oh, dope. All right.
Yeah.
Not that they're all gonna last, I'm sure, because this is storytelling. You're bound to break our hearts.
We'll see. You know, we'll see, because I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. That's just how I write, and I have like an outline, right? Like I know like the 4 or 5 things that have to happen, but then it's just jazz, man. I'm just let's see where it goes. Let's figure it out. So who lives and who dies, I don't even know yet, right? As long as the story that I need to tell, it gets told, and we button up, you know, the loose ends at the end.
Dig it. So, you know, before, you know, I'm gonna show people the website, you know, in a second, so you can see where you could buy this dope book that we're talking about and see what the cover art looks like. But let me ask you here. about the action sequences. Because again, you mentioned these, and looking through this too, they are absolutely insane. What was the hardest scene to maybe choreograph visually?
Oh man, let me think. I'm gonna look at it right now. The it's got to be trying to, because I know what I want to happen. Like that's not the hard part, but making it fit on the page and making it be readable, that is the challenge.
Okay.
So when you see like on page 5, like the dynamic angles and the cuts in the panels and everything, and it's like, okay, so they're gonna circle and then they're gonna close in and she's gonna parry on the left and she's gonna parry on the right.
Mm.
And how do I fit that? How do I get that in this panel? How to make it work? That's the fun. That's the challenge. Like the panel designs are the hard part, right?
Okay.
The sketchbook stuff is the hard part, right?
Okay.
Making the composition work, and then once you know that, then if once you know how you're gonna do it, then you just do it. It's just like, it's like construction work. You just building the house. You know how to build the house. You just got to design it first.
Yeah.
So, and then like fun stuff like um, getting the angles right and everything. Like on page, what is it, page 8, where um, the was it, what's her name?
Oh yeah.
The Clotho is falling. The red one is falling from the sky and getting that like
Yeah.
that angle, like looking up at it in the action lines and everything.
And the panel cuts are absolutely insane, especially looking at that page A. That whole sequence from 8 through 10, just the
Yeah.
11, the panel usage here, very eye candy. It definitely makes the
Hmm.
eye go through the page for sure. You can't miss anything. There's
Yeah.
absolutely, you can't. You feel like you really are experiencing what they're experiencing.
That's
So
the goal.
well done.
That's
Well
the goal.
done.
Thank you.
The visual is really well done. I dig it. And again, the design is well. Come on, man. I'm a robot fan. Look at my old ass. I'm from the first generation Messenger Z. All right, as I know him. I
Yeah.
mean, so yeah, I fell in love with the OG in Puerto Rico. That's how I discovered it. So yeah, so I've been a robot fan since I was a
Yeah, man.
but a wee laddie.
Classic.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's my joint for real. So
Hmm.
now tell me about that creative headspace though you're in now. Is your storytelling swagger different from when you first started the series? You feel?
Well, it's definitely more confident. It's the first issues are exciting and scary because you want to get it right, but you don't know what right looks like yet. You have to make it. So it's really scary because um, you want to make sure that you say what you're trying to say, and you want to make sure that the quality is the best that you can have it, that you can make it right. And so there's always that nervousness that, okay, well, are people gonna dig it? Like, am I on the mark or am I off the mark? Um, and people really like it, and
Awesome.
everybody I put it in front of really likes it, and so then that's a boost, and then you're like, okay, I'm onto something here. So then going into the next issue, like, okay, let's just keep it going. Let's just do it. And if you know your process, then you're in the zone. So I've definitely got my swagger because I'm cranking, honestly. Like the rate of output that I've been in, I haven't been in years, right? And it's hard when you work full time.
No, I get it.
So it's definitely like on a level I haven't been in years, because it's just like you got that fire in you, right? That, I got to get this out. I got to get this on paper. I got to get this on the page,
Yeah, I
and it
get it,
feels
man. I'm
amazing.
so on fire. I'm on supernova. That's why this is white. It's supernova.
Burning up. Love it. Yeah, it's really satisfying. Um, I will say, once issue 4 is done, it's gonna definitely put me in a place where it could go in a lot of different directions. So I'm really gonna have to think about what do we do next.
Okay.
But this 4 issue run has just been boom, 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 right.
Okay.
It's been very, very exciting.
All right. So after this first one, I was supposed you're gonna do the graphic novel, right? The collected edition. Are you? Are
I
you gonna
love it.
go that
Yes.
route?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As
I
soon as
see.
I get a nice little collection of books, that's the first thing I do. Is
Wonderful. So you're
boom,
gonna.
here
Hey
you
man,
go.
I can't wait to
Yeah.
see what that looks like with some new, new cover art. I'm sure all
New
that
cover.
goodness.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love covers. Covers are
Yeah.
one of my favorite things.
No,
New
I
cover
feel
art,
you, man.
new layout. Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe some added secrets that you couldn't tell before. At the end. You see, we're already planning the next campaign over here. What's going on?
Yeah. I'll
I,
tell you this. One of the best things about being a one man army is I can mess with the book as much as I want. So
I
even
feel
especially
you.
issue 3, I had to come back to it a couple of times just to make sure things were right and things read correctly, and I had to add a page or add a panel here or make some
So,
tweaks here and
so
there.
did you always look yourself in the mirror and be like, "Why would you do it like this?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And did the mirror ever answer you? I
Yeah,
hope
you
not.
got it. You got it.
All right.
So, that just that being able to say, nah, this would be better if it was like this. And because if you're on a team, then once you do it and send it to them, it's out of your hands.
I feel you.
So,
So I want to talk art right now because I haven't mentioned
hmm
that I've seen growth, right,
hmm
myself. But I gotta ask you, right, that what techniques or visual risks did you experiment with, if any, this time around with with the new issues?
That's a good one. Um, I don't know about risks. Let me think. I'm definitely pushing my 3D, my model building further because since I'm getting faster at it, I can do more in the same amount of time than I could a year ago.
Okay.
So I'm pushing my set design a little further. It can get a little tedious, but it's like I'm building my, and you're always doing this. I'm building my I would say workload tolerance or my tolerance for tedium because there's also those little things, right? Those little
Yeah,
attentions to detail where
yeah,
it you're like, oh, I don't want to do all that. But by saying no, I want this book to be the best it can be,
yep.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Yeah, you
sit here
got
and
you
do
got to
it.
fight through that bullshit, and
Yeah.
you got to fight through it.
And the feeling of the gratification of when you come out the other side of that is like euphoric, right?
Yeah.
So pushing my threshold for the unfun part of making comics, um experimenting with different kinds of brushes more in issue 3 because I didn't have them in issue 2, but
Okay.
getting some new brushes with like a more like retro anime type of line work to them. Like you can see like the scratchiness, like
Yeah.
the difference between like the OG animes from when we were growing up and then like the new stuff now where the
Oh
digital
yeah.
stuff is like it's like too
So clean.
clean.
Yeah, too
It's
clean.
too
Super
clean,
clean.
right?
This
Like
yeah,
we
this is
watch.
why I can't enjoy it. No disrespect. I'm
No
sorry.
disrespect.
No disrespect on the new Johns. But again, I think it's animation, and animation should never look super clean. It should have that greediness, that griminess, that so it's human
Yeah.
made.
My go-to example is Dragon Ball. Like the original stuff from the 80s and 90s is what I grew up on, and then like the new stuff like Super now is like it's not bad. Well, the animation was kind of rough, but even when it's good, it's got that like that sheen to it, like it's
Mm,
over polished, right? Because it's all digital coloring and digital line work, and it if it was like a brand new cartoon, I probably wouldn't mind. But because I know the original and the original is so important,
oh yeah,
it feels like it lost texture that it used to have. Right? It's a
I
texture
feel you
thing.
on that.
It's like no, it's supposed to look like this. Why does it
Yeah.
look like this? Because I'll watch One Punch Man season 1 and 2, and if you know, you know. season 1 and 2, because that just came out. That's new,
Yeah,
right? That's okay. That's how it looks. But
yeah,
if
you
One
can
Punch Man
tolerate that.
came out in 1995 and then they brought it back the way it looks now, I'd be like, they don't look right. That's what I mean. So somebody who is another artist online made some really cool brushes, and they have that 90s uh, ink
Okay.
ink line to them, that effect to them, and I've been like playing around with those. They're a lot of fun.
Oh,
Um,
excellent. So
it's
yeah, bring
it's
back the
subtle.
'90s, bro. Come on, man. The '90s already here. You see, listen, man. When we
Hey,
have a new Mobb Deep album, we got baggy jeans back. You know what I mean? Yo, we
we're
got my man. What was his
eating.
name? Jada Kiss talking about the Columbia, bringing back the Columbia boots and rain suits. Come on, what is going on here? I am reliving my teenage years right now.
The '90s are alive in the 2020s.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to see the fashion and the music. And again, and for them to say that, oh, it's retro. I'm like, you mother effers.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
retro. Hey, it's my
have
time. What are
some
you talking
respect.
about? I love it. All right, bro. So again, you're creating here in a world of indie books. Now, what makes Heavy Metal Queen stand out as your voice? Let them know out here.
I think what makes Heavy Metal Queen stand out is the the level of polish, the the tone of the book, um, the energy of the book, what it's trying to say, and who it's speaking to. And I think when you put all those things together, I don't think anybody else is doing this. And I think it has its own unique flair, its own unique flavor, and it's really it really stands out, and just it's my best work yet. And I'm in love with it, and people who've been reading it have been saying, "Yo, when's the next one? When's the next one? When's the next one?" So I'm getting good feedback, but it's what it's saying, who it's talking to, you know, what it's talking about, the how it's doing it, visually, and all the things that influence me coming together to tell my own original giant robot action story is no one else is doing it like me.
Yeah, there we go. Talk it. Let them know. I mean, and look at this cover for issue number 2, folks. Look at this cover. It looks amazing. Ball. Redline Comics is available now. You go to redlinestudios.gumroad.com. Right there. The link is on the screen. It's also in the show notes. All right. And look at this. 34 pages. And look at this sweet deal for $5. Come on, man. You ain't
Can't
getting
beat it.
that many pages for five. If Marvel did that many pages, they're charging you $8.99.
At least.
Right? I mean, this is again indie comics. My man is in control. No ads, pure story, 34 pages. Yeah, and this is cover number 2. I mean, look at it. Boom. Look at numero 3 right here. Wepa. Yeah. I mean, yo, man, she kind of look a little Pangria to me. Got to see her over the weekend at Royal Comic Con, little young Pangria, but their hair big, you got some robe going on. I mean, who is this? Was this a young lady in your life one day?
Nah,
Is
nah.
that your muse, or what's this?
No,
Who is she
she
inspired by?
she's original. She's one of a kind.
There we go. There we go. The lady of your dreams. She out there. Don't you worry. And that's the robot she pilots behind her, correct?
Hmm.
Oh man, and look at that robot, dog. Whereby, and this issue number 3 again. Look, 32 pages. Once again, folks, they're gonna look $5. You
Can't
hear
beat it.
me? Can't beat it. Absolutely not. Redline Comics. This is available. But so you said 2 or 3 available now, correct?
That's right.
And it'll get there right before Christmas. Beautiful stocking stuffers. And why stop at 2 and 3? Why not also get number 1 that's also available? And there you go. Boom. Numero uno. right? So you could pick up this issue one. Now, issue one though is $6.50. You know why though, folks? Because it's 47 pages, the whole intro to the world of Heavy Metal Queen. So again, as he says, if you enjoy giant robots duking it out, it's right here. This is what you got to check out. Here's the beginning of the saga. One, two, three. Make it happen, folks. Again, the stocking stuff where you get your comic fan in your life. This is a wonderful gift. I would love this. I mean, and if you buy all three, that's less than $20.
Boom.
Come on.
Less than $20. How you beat that?
For three
Can't beat it.
dope books, original story, and it'll be the new passion
And a
for whoever
beefy
you
issue
introduce
one.
it to. Yeah, yo, for real. I dig this, man. Why do you do the books, that many pages, and don't skimp like the bigger publishers do? 'Cause I think the big publishers over time have been skimping. Now we get what 22 pages if we're lucky.
If you're lucky, yeah. And you gotta, if you're a creator, you gotta go to the editor and ask permission. You gotta say, hey, we need a couple more pages. And
Can I
they're like,
please get two more pages?
can I get a couple more pages, please? And they're like, all
I
right.
don't know. That shit is fucked up. I'm sorry. I will not be able to
Yeah,
deal with that shit.
it's tough.
Yeah. So again, man, the beautiful part of India and owning your IP, being in control. Where if you want to do fucking 50 pages, you do 50 pages. Don't matter. It's on you. So long because if you go for it, please don't break your bank. Be smart. Be smart about how you spend your money, creators, because we want you guys around for a minute. And hopefully, I'm going to try to find some. One day, I'm speaking to someone that may be able to offer some financial advice for creators that's in the space,
Yeah.
because I think that's important. You guys got a fund. Again, you say you have a day job, then you
Yeah.
got hours working on this. You know what I mean? And that time is also money. You know what I mean? Then you
Hmm.
gotta hope, like, yo, when you get a table or your project is out, God, do I hope it gets funded. So people understand it's a lot of work, a lot of
So
money
much work.
being spent. So we got to make sure that everybody's safe. That the fans enjoy value for their dollar, but that creators also get their bang for their buck. That they've invested. So you got to
Yeah.
make that happen. I think that's important. Now, every creator hits walls, right?
Hmm.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
Did you face any creative challenges between issues 2 and 3?
Oh man, I don't think I did with this book, man. I've been on a roll. Uh,
Yeah.
I definitely see one coming after issue 4 with the because it's gonna open up, right?
Okay.
But issues 1 through 3, I would say, have been like, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen. I really need to figure out is the spaces in between, like the little
Yeah.
details, right?
How do we get there?
How do we get there, right? And how do we make it feel authentic and convincing, so it's just been there's just the usual process, but I haven't hit any roadblocks yet.
Well, I'm definitely
um
not jealous of you, man, because that's not stressful to me. Yeah, well, for real.
so hey man, sometimes you
My
just get
hairs are white
lucky.
enough, bro. My hairs are white enough. Come on, man. If any whiter, they'll turn into Italian silver. I'll be gleaming. You know what I mean?
Hey, sometimes when you're high, you're high. When you get lucky, you just get lucky. And I'm
No,
I'm
no,
I'm in the
man. I
zone
get
right
it.
now.
Good.
I'm
Bless.
riding the wave. When it settles, I'll figure something out. But with Heavy Metal
Yeah.
Queen right now, it's in
It's
me,
all
and,
heavy
and I
metal.
got to
It's
get it
all
out.
heavy metal. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. So, since number 3 sets the stage for even bigger things, so without spoilers, right? What vibes really can fans expect? I mean, can you tease a little bit
For
uh,
3,
for what can fans expect after 3 in
after
regard to
3,
the vibe? I mean, am I gonna
uh,
be happy? Am I gonna be sad? Am I gonna be like, I'm a Robert? What the fuck? Bro,
high.
what you do to
I'll
me?
say this: high octane action, fun, fun characters,
All right.
lovable, likable characters, and even with the bad guys, you understand why they are how they are, and especially issue three. Issue three, I forgot to mention. Issue three, we spend time with our principal villains, and we get to see what their life is like when they're not on the battlefield. We get to see what they're up against, what they're dealing with, and how they think.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of fun I had with issue three. So the the moving forward off of that, we're going to see just high octane, ass kicking, and great character development, and seeing a little bit of the dark side of our good guys, and maybe some of the the some sympathy for our villains, maybe, right? But
Ooh.
seeing like the interior of these characters, and seeing it's the stuff that they have to work through, right? It's gonna be a blast. And I won't I'll say this. I won't hurt anybody unless I really gotta, because they're my babies, right? Your
Yes.
characters are your babies. So if I do it, I won't say one way or the other. If I do it, it's because I had to, right? But
It's just a story. There was a reason.
it's right. Sometimes it's what story demands. So
All right, yeah.
it's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be
Yes.
a lot of
As I
fun.
read through this, it better not be anyone that really becomes my favorite. I'm gonna be upset, bro. All right. Now, Kevin, what's your next evolution though outside of this? Like, what's the next creative mountain that you are planning on shredding with that cosmic guitar solo, if you will?
Oh man, that's a big question. That's hard to answer. I want to, you know, I want to get this story in front of people who can, you know, expand or take it to the next level, or push it to the next, media frontier, maybe an animation or a movie or something. Who someone I can pitch it to as, the next big thing, right? Like, I see a lot of potential in this story, and while I'm not being so cynical as to just make a comic as a pitch deck for a movie, because a lot of people do that,
Oh,
right?
yes,
Like
yeah,
they
that,
just
that
make a
seems to
comic
be the thing. Yeah. Well,
as a pitch deck, right?
yeah.
I want my comic to be a comic, a great comic first,
Yeah. Excellent.
but also I see it has incredible potential, you know, if we brought to life in bigger ways, not necessarily better ways, but in a like a mainstream media kind of
Yeah,
way.
and just in different mediums, and one with that
Yeah.
happening, perchance if it happens. And if I were you right now, listen, go to Tubi. Tubi is eating up a lot of new content. Wait, listen,
I'm listening.
my man, what's his name? Oh my God, from the Toys That Made Us, that dude.
Uh-huh.
He took
Yeah.
he took RoboForce. He took RoboForce to Tubi,
Mm.
dude. That became like a number one cartoon, like a
Yeah.
smash hit. So like Tubi's
Okay.
opening up to content, and dude, a American based anime looking joint like this. I mean, this is what this is the type of cartoon we need in the world right now that America needs.
Hey.
This type of talent being shown. We have a lot of talent out here that could definitely help you bring this to life. And that channel, I think, it is one that is very open right now to listening. All right. So
Hey. Hey. Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say.
Hey. Yeah. My
All
my
right.
ears are open.
Yeah, yeah. Now, are you gonna do? I know we're coming up, of course, at the end of the year. Conventions are starting to wind down. There's probably a couple of small ones. Are you doing any for the remainder of this year, or anything planned for next year already?
Just a local one day show. The Virginia Comic Con in Richmond. I'll be
Oh,
there
when is that?
November 22nd. It's a one
Yeah.
day show.
So this weekend you got. Oh, I got to tell my boy he's in VA. I
Hey.
wonder if he knows. Have him go out there, read on the wire, shout out the Six Element of collectibles. A really a good show. I'll see if he's going. I have him pass by you. He's gonna probably pick up everything.
Yeah. I will be gearing up for next year. Hopefully, doing Heroes Con, and
Nice.
um, that's my favorite. That's everybody's favorite show. But Heroes Con in North Carolina, and
I've
then
never been. So talk to me about Heroes Con. You say that's a favorite. What is it about the Heroes Con energy that you think makes it pop?
people love it because it's all about creators. It's all about comics. It's not a
Really
big
is.
media show,
Oh,
right?
I
You
mean, like
know,
you're telling me.
with the movies and the
Yes, I
and
listen.
everything. It's all about comics.
Well, people talk about San Diego as the mecca. It's the mecca of pop culture, not of comic books.
Yeah,
All right, now New York Comic Con at least it has more of an emphasis on comics than San Diego does, but nonetheless, it's also still a pop culture con. Uh,
right,
you go to Rock and Comic Con, that's a signature mill. What comics we try to put together 4 panels, and only 2 popped off because creators didn't want to leave their booth. Oh, we want to sell our stuff, but don't you want to talk to the fans too as a whole? I
right.
mean, and think
Take an
that
hour out of your weekend. You
yeah,
know,
that's it.
talk to the
Listen, man,
fans.
you come up to Rock and Comic Con. We need creators that want to do panels, want to talk indie
Hey,
comics. And next year I'm gonna
that'd be
get
great.
much more involved in the panels and in the moderation with my boy Buddy Young, and we're gonna
Hmm.
make it happen for indies. So let's talk throughout the years. This is an open invite to a lot of independent creators. Let's see what we could do, especially if you're
Yeah,
out
that'd be
here,
great.
in the East Coast or up here in the Northeast. Let's make something happen.
Yeah. So I'm trying to
Let's
be up
let's
and
make
down
a
the East
Comic Con
Coast.
a Comic Con. If you're gonna use those
Yeah,
damn words, you better be a goddamn Comic Con.
right. Where they at? Where the
Yeah,
comics
bro.
at?
Where the comic? Exactly. I want to smell motherfucking 1965 vintage ink and they pass out high and shit. Oh my god. What a good whiff of fucking that ink right there. Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about, brother. Now, for real.
Yeah.
So, all right. I really appreciate you being on it, folks. Let me show this one last time. I mean, look at those covers. This is number one. Again, all these are available now on his website, redlinestudios.gumroad.com. Please go check it out. You got number one. Then as late as this is number. I mean, do you see what I'm talking about though? When I say the artistry and the constant improvement, like holy shit, bro. What growth, man? I'm like, wow. I'm really floored to see this, bro. Like, wow, good,
Thanks.
good work, good stuff.
I
And
appreciate it.
please, and follow my homie right here on the socials. It's Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Kimiro Art, right there. KEMIROART, folks. You heard? All right, for those that are listening. To show that support for indie comics. This is what it is, bro. Now, any last words for those folks out there? Trying to get their goals or achieve their goals.
Man, just make something.
Make
Make
something.
something.
Yo, bro, make
People
that a T-shirt right now. Make something.
make something. People come up to you if you're tabling at a con. It takes 5 minutes before somebody comes up to you. Teenager, early 20s, comes up to you and says, "How do I get into comics?" Or how do I make a comic? And you just gotta sit down and make it. And then when you have it in front of you, then you can have something to show people, and then
Yes.
they can say, "Oh, okay, I like this, or I don't like this, or here's what you need to improve." And then you really get going. But everybody's got ideas. So if you're just walking around saying, "I got an idea for this, I got an idea for that," don't nobody want to hear that. You gotta make something. Then it's real, and then you can start making moves.
I did that. I did. You heard? The only way to make those dope moves is to make some moves. Make them real, folks. Esa es la verdad. Wepa. So that's Kevin Roberts right here. He stays delivering that cosmic knowledge, that cosmic madness. Now, Heavy Metal Queen just keeps getting bigger, louder, and more metal every single issue. So, listen, if you love this convo, I need y'all to smash that like button like it owes you rent. You feel me? Subscribe so you never miss the next creator bringing the heat, like my man Kev right here. And please share out throughout the indie comic book community, to your fans out there, fellow fans. Let them know, this is how we support creators. Support the queen. Support the creators. Support indie comics. Para que tú sepas, huevos, es Almega. Hasta la próxima.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit ComicCrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at UndercoverCapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.